Thank you for watching this video. Today we are going to learn what properties are in Swift. So, we're going to talk about the definition of properties, then stored properties, lazy properties, and computed properties. At the end, we're going to talk about read-only computed properties. So, properties. What are properties? Properties associate values with particular class, structure, and enumerations. Properties can be either computed property or stored properties. Stored properties. A stored property is a constant or variable that is stored as a part of an instance of a particular class or structure. So some of you might be confused with what instance is. Instance is what you create, or an object that you create using the blueprint of class. For instance, someone gave you the recipe. If someone gave you a recipe of how to cook a cake, you don't have the cake yet. So if you use that recipe and create a cake, that means you have created a cake from the recipe that you had. So basically, classes and structures can be either recipe or a blueprint that you need to follow to create an object. So let us do an example in Xcode. Create a new playground. Go to the file, file, new, and then playground. We will say, yep, I need that, and properties. Yep, replace that. All right, now we don't need that. Now let's create a class, or no, let's create a struct. Struct employee. So right here we have employee, which is struct. Now we're gonna associate value with this struct. So we will say new employee, the employee's name, which will be a string. That is a variable stored property, and then constant stored property, which will be the ID, and it will be integer. And then we will say another stored property, which would be location, and it will be a string. So now let's create a new employee. Var new employee is equal to employee, and the name of the employee would be, let me use my name, and the ID will be some numbers, and then location would be where? San Jose. We have created a blueprint, and the blueprint was the struct employee, and we associated value with that struct, and we have instantiated a new employee, or we have created a new employee from that blueprint. So in object-oriented programming, that is what you call an instance of a class or a struct, because of you using the blueprint that you created here, the employee blueprint. Now, if you want to know the new employees location, you will say and then the location. That will give you the new employee right here, which is San Jose. So now let us use a class. We will say class student. So the student will have a name. This is a property again, stored property, string. No, we will say gender. Gender would be character. Bar, age. Let's change the age into constant. Let age, it will be integer. So now right here it is saying class student has no initializers. So the difference between one of the difference between struct and classes is that classes do not have free initializers, while the struct come with free initializer. It didn't ask us to have initializers for the properties, but right here you do have to have initializers or give them a default value. If you give them default value, you will not have this argument that comes with the blueprint. So we will say we will have our own initializer, and this is how you create initializer. Init, and then we will say n would be then will stand for the name, and it will be a string, and g will stand for the gender, and it will be character, and a will stand for age, which would would be integer. Name will be equal to n, and gender would be equal to g, and age would be equal to a. And now I think we don't have to use self here, self dot. If the name, this a, name, n, and the name here would be the same thing, like name, Swift would ask you to use self in front of this name, which would be the property right here. So now we don't have to have that because of they are two kind of different letters. So now let's create a new student. Oh, what happened here? Yeah, I know. Okay, let new student equal to student, and now we will have that. Name would be n, will be David, and gender will be male, age will be something like that, 45. So now we have created a new student from the student class. So let's recap. We have talked about properties. Properties associate value with a particular class, structure, and enumerations. Stored properties is a constant or variable that is stored as a part of an instance of a particular class or structure. What is an instance? Class and structures are blueprints, and an instance is what you make using that blueprint. And basically that is it for today. We are gonna continue. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you have any recommendations, please let me know, and anything that I can improve on. And thank you for watching, and keep coding. Even 5 minutes will add up, so try your best. Thank you very much.